So we have a closer look at the moments a peaceful day of protest turned violent. Just over 2 hours ago, we received new video from the moment a Ferguson police officer suffered a severe head injury. Officer Travis Brown remains in a coma right now. He was hurt when demonstrations marking 10 years since Michael Brown's death turned violent on Friday night. Thank you for joining us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Today, Officer Brown's body cam video was released, and we want to warn you, this video is disturbing to watch. Officer Brown attempting to arrest a protester. That protester identified as Elijah Gant for property damage. You can see from this video, officers were calmly moving towards protesters after they broke off a part of the police station's fence. That's when police say Gant forcibly shoved Brown, causing him to fall and hit his head. Gant is now in custody and facing multiple charges. The family of Officer Travis Brown shared a statement today. It reads in part, quote, "Travis is more than a police officer. He is a devoted father, son, brother, uncle, godfather, and friend. A man of strong faith. His heart is as big as his smile, and his positive energy is truly contagious." They also thank the community and leaders for their continued support. Officer Brown remains in a coma.
Several other protesters are facing charges after Friday's violence, and one of those is Keith Rose, who is on the St. Louis Civilian Oversight Board and an alternate delegate for the Democratic National Convention. Justina Cornell joins us in studio after speaking with his attorney today.
Following his arrest, Rose has recused himself from the Civilian Oversight Board and has stepped aside as an uncommitted alternate delegate for the DNC next week. Now, some St. Louis Board of Aldermen have weighed in on what should happen next.
Keith comes at it as an activist on police issues, and his point of view and his experiences were well known to the board when they decided to appoint him.
John Chasnoff is following the case of Keith Rose closely, especially after helping form the St. Louis Civilian Oversight Board almost a decade ago. The board investigates citizen complaints about police misconduct.
When we first created the board, we wanted it to have a diversity of perspectives.
Chasnoff believes Rose brings a unique perspective, and that's why St. Louis Mayor Tashara Jones appointed him.
He's been involved in issues around policing for quite some time.
While the board approved Rose earlier this year, now some are split. This is after Rose was arrested Friday night outside the Ferguson Police Department, charged with a felony for damaging a fence. Rose's attorney, Javad Khazali, defends his client.
The video doesn't support anything they say. The best they can say is at some point during the evening before the fence broke, he shook the fence.
As the criminal case continues, Rose recused himself from the Civilian Oversight Board. St. Louis University law professor Anders Walker weighs in.
Civilian oversight boards need to appear to be neutral and objective. This might give the board a bad name.
The only way to vote him out is through the Board of Aldermen. 3 members of the Board of Aldermen have asked Rose to resign, while another trio said Rose deserves due process, and they should wait to vote until court proceedings conclude.
A different person injured the officer, and that's awful. Keith has come out and he's condemned that. There's no place for that type of violence, but it wasn't him or even related to him.
Rose has posted bond and has a court hearing next Thursday. Now, he is one of many who filed a lawsuit against St. Louis police before, following protests after the acquittal of Officer Jason Stockley. Last year, a settlement was reached.